quick ball to Berrien in the flat, pick up those 5 or 6 yards and kick the field goal. But Jonathan Vilma, the captain of the defense, he's seen this play before. He checks the defense from man-to-man to a zone. Now Porter doesn't have to go back with Berrien. He's going to let Jabari Greer, the corner on the other side of the field, pick Berrien up. So Favre's first read is taken away. As he starts to scramble, though, he's got to keep his vision that way. He would see Berrien wide open here, or he'd be able to run for the first down. But instead, he starts to look across his body, throw back in the middle of the field, and that's a mistake, Rodney.
Yeah, and I guarantee you, Coach, Tracy Porter, along with every defensive back in the league, knows that Brett Favre's going to make 1 or 2 head-scratching plays to make you say, wow, how the heck did he make that play? But they also realize in the 3rd or 4th quarter, he's going to make the key mistake, whether it's an interception or a fumble, that's going to cost him the game.
Same kind of defensive philosophy we saw in the title game. The Saints going after Favre tonight.
Go after Brett Favre, even if it involves a little dirty play like they did last year. Hit him in the mouth and intimidate him.
They won't intimidate Favre. You can't intimidate this guy.
Are you kidding me? You can't intimidate Brett Favre. Sometimes when I played against Peyton, I wasn't afraid of Peyton, but he intimidated me because that's how good he is.
He's good, but Favre, he can take some hits. He'll be ready to go. He knows they're going to come after him tonight.
We're closing in on the kickoff of the 2010 season from here in New Orleans.
For the days you can't be there, there's NFL Mobile. Get live streaming video of Thursday and Sunday night NFL games, NFL Network, and NFL Red Zone. This season, football comes to you only from Verizon, the official wireless service provider of the NFL. Download NFL Mobile at verizonwireless.com/NFL or text NFL to 8915. NFL Kickoff 2010, presented by Madden NFL 11, is brought to you by Motorola. Are you ready to take the NFL with you wherever you go? The Droid X by Motorola. Motorola, get ready. By Verizon, official wireless service provider of the NFL. By Coors Light, official beer sponsor of the NFL. By Madden NFL 11, available now. EA Sports, it's in the game. And by Pepsi Max, 0 calories, maximum taste. Pepsi Max, official soft drink of the NFL.
Live Thursday and Sunday night NFL games and NFL Red Zone. Now everything football is everywhere. Only with Verizon. Rule the air.
No competitor looks at trucks the way GMC engineers do. That's why the Sierra is engineered with variable valve timing, active fuel management, and a 6-speed hydromatic transmission. So it's the only truck that delivers over 300 horsepower of acceleration and trailering power when you need it without sacrificing best-in-class fuel economy. The Sierra from GMC. When you never compromise, you have nothing to hide.
Pepsi Max, please. Good song. Great song. So, Pepsi Max has 0 calories, huh? Yep. How many calories? 0. 0? 0. What are you doing? YouTube. Oh.
Pepsi Max. 0 calories. Maximum Pepsi taste.
Drew Brees is proud to work with the American Cancer Society's Hope Lodge, providing housing and resources for cancer patients and their families. Drew recently won a Pepsi Refresh grant to support the ongoing work of Hope Lodge. Through its Do Good for the Gulf project, Pepsi has awarded over $1 million in grants to help communities impacted by the Gulf oil spill. To learn more, log on to refresheverything.com.
Back in New Orleans for the NFL's opening night, the Vikings will look to put the ball in the hands of Adrian Peterson, who scored a career-high 18 touchdowns last season, while Reggie Bush gets a momentary reprieve from the controversy surrounding his Heisman Trophy award as he gets set for the season opener. Saints-Vikings coming up. Meanwhile, here in Jackson Square, the Dave Matthews Band's performance continues with Why I Am.
cost 50 million with a wave of my hand. Grew drunk on water turned into wine, till I was slave and master at the same damn time. And it's why I am still here dancing with the Drew Brees King. Out of my head and into the room. So when my ghost takes me from you, you can remember the fool that I am. Don't cry, baby, don't cry. It's the news and the wind of the world. Wrong and right, us and them of the world. It's the you and the me of the world. Only one way out of the world. Why I am unlikely to agree. Why I am coming out of my monkey tree. Why I am still here dancing with the Drew Brees King. Well, we're drinking big whiskey while we dance and sing. When my story ends, it's gonna end with him. Heaven or hell, I'm going there with the Drew Brees King. Why I am the apple of your pretty eye. Why I am a snake in your woodpile. Why I am still here dancing with the Drew Brees King. Out of my head and into the room. So when my ghost takes me from you, you can remember the fool that I am. Don't cry, baby, don't cry. Watch out, you might get what you're after. Cool, baby, straight but not a stranger. I'm an ordinary guy, burning down the house. Hold tight, wait till the party's over. Hold tight, we're in for nasty weather. There has got to be a way, burning down the house. If you're taking back your bags, time for jumping overboard. Transportation is here. Life's enough but not too far. Baby, you know where you are. Fighting fire with fire. Sound of the ordinary, that's right. Don't wanna hurt nobody, something sure can me off my feet. Burning down the house.
Dave Matthews and some of New Orleans' finest with a rousing finish. Time for Saints Vikings. Your wait is over. The NFL season is underway.
Promotional consideration provided by Madden NFL 11.
This has been a presentation of NFL Network.
Every fall, one show returns with a surprise.
Honey? Who is out there? If you touch my baby, I'll kill you!
You have the right to remain silent.
I didn't do anything!
Just once, tell the truth. Drop the weapon!
Why won't anyone believe me?
Joan Cusack, and the 2-hour SVU premiere, Wednesday in 2 weeks, 9/8 Central on NBC.
Let's do this. I want to see plastic.
Credit card roulette, huh? That's risky. Where's lunch?
McDonald's.
I'm in.
Get in on 2 6-piece Chicken McNuggets for just $3.33 at McDonald's. I'm loving it.
My name is Kim Hall. My husband is a pilot in the Air Force. Currently, he is serving in Afghanistan. To me, doing the right thing means always thinking about other people before yourself.
At Navistar, a global transportation solutions leader, we believe in doing the right thing. Help us honor our nation's service members with a donation to the Wounded Warrior Project.
Thanks for attending the Navistar LPGA Classic presented by Monaco RV.
Your time on the streets should be your time to shine. Wearing reflective gear when you walk, run, or ride your bicycle means you're 8 times less likely to be hit by a motor vehicle. You want to show up clearly and vividly by either wearing lights, reflectors, or reflective clothing. Pretty simple stuff. Very smart moves. Just use your street sense.
Now when you shop at Kroger, you're saving money on all 3 grades of Shell gasoline, too. When you buy groceries with your Kroger Plus card, you can earn fuel savings at participating Shell stations. Just another way Shell helps you get the most out of every drop. Save 10 cents per gallon instantly at Shell when you earn 100 points at Kroger.
The simple joy of morning.
This also sounds good. 2 sausage McGriddles for just $3 at McDonald's. I'm loving it.
I'm Jean West. Join me for Wave 3 New Sunrise tomorrow morning.
For most of their existence, the New Orleans Saints performed in a style perfectly in tune with the tenor of their city. A lively composition, but ultimately defined by unharmonious results. That perception would forever change in 2005 when Hurricane Katrina left New Orleans in ruin. The Superdome, a symbol of suffering. Across the country, Americans rallied behind a ravaged city and its hard luck franchise. The city and its team were united in the rebuilding. 1 year after the storm, and with 2 spirited new leaders, the Saints reopened the Superdome and delivered a clear message. It was time for a proud new beginning.
It's time to finish strong, Boston!
The Saints' rise reached its peak 7 months ago. And as the Lombardi Trophy was raised high, an entire community celebrated a victory made sweet by their shared struggle. The Saints are Super Bowl champions.
Oh, when the Saints go marching in. Oh, when the Saints go marching in. Oh, I want to be in that number. When the Saints go marching in. Saints fans, your championship banner. Saints go marching in.
And with that as a preamble, welcome to a city that never needs an excuse for an all-night party. And there's one starting right here. Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, Andrea Kramer.
This is one of those moments when, like a freight train, sound has feel.
I don't know how you follow that other than to kick off the NFL season. Maybe that's a good idea.
At the onset of any season, always a lot of questions. Some of them this year are, can the Saints repeat? What about Brett Favre? What kind of a year will he have? Can the Cowboys become the first team to host a Super Bowl in their own stadium? All of the answers over the next 5 months, but maybe some hints tonight. First, the Saints. We know how tough it is to repeat. Only 8 repeat Super Bowl champions through the years. So how do the Saints go about their business this season, Chris?
Well, ever since Sean Payton and Drew Brees got here, this has been the most exciting brand of football that we've seen in the National Football League. They like to attack going down the field. It's a lot of fun to watch. Defensively, they play much the same way. They want to get out. They want to blitz you. They want to try and create turnovers and turn the ball back over to Drew Brees in this offense.
Now, Minnesota also a very exciting and explosive team. However, minus Sidney Rice, who was Brett Favre's favorite target last year, hip surgery, out for at least half the season. They're minus a couple of guys in the secondary tonight, so they have a bit of a short deck. How do they go about winning tonight's game in hostile territory?
Well, you know, I think the easy answer is to say hand the ball off to Adrian Peterson, try to take this crowd out of the game, but you have to remember you're playing against this Saints offense, so if you come out and you try and play it conservatively, you could be down 10, 14 points. So I don't expect that at all. I think they're going to cut Brett Favre loose and see if they can just match points with him. It was one of the most exciting games a season ago. Why shouldn't it be out here tonight?
Time to get back to football. Coming up, it's the best reality show in television. It's the National Football League. The season opener next on NBC.
NBC's NFL Kickoff Special is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. By Outback Steakhouse, it's always fresh in the Outback. And by Madden NFL 11, available now. EA Sports, it's in the game. Spanish audio provided by Telemundo.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Did the little piggy cry wee, wee, wee all the way home?
Max. Maxwell.
Yeah?
You're home.
Oh, cool. Thanks, Mrs. A.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Now's the time to hurry into Outback, mate. Come try our tender signature sirloin, seared to juicy perfection. Try it with our succulent grilled shrimp on the barbie, or tasty golden cocoa shrimp, or try our honey Dijon chicken, all for a down under price starting at just $9.95. But it only gets better, mate, because there's still time to win. That's right, until September 30th, every Outback Steakhouse is giving away free Outback for a year. So you might be like this lucky bloke.
Free Outback for a year? Works for me.
It's always fresh in the Outback.
Sitting, waiting, hoping. That's not how successful investing is done. At E-Trade, it's harnessing some of the most powerful yet easy-to-use trading tools on the planet to help diversify, identify opportunities, take action. It's using professional-grade research and your brain to seek maximum returns to reach your goals. It's investing with intelligence and cold, hard conviction. You made the money. You should have everything you need to invest it. E-Trade. Investing unleashed.
We all know high-definition television is all the rage these days, but most companies make you pay an extra monthly fee for it. I'm Charlie Ergen, co-founder of Dish Network. When I was growing up, we never paid extra to watch color TV, and I don't see why you should have to pay extra for HD TV. So at Dish Network, we offer all the most popular high-definition channels for no extra charge, ever. I invite you to take a look at Dish Network, and let's watch TV.
From the sidelines throughout tonight's game, follow Andrea Kramer on Twitter at SNF Sideline.
NBC Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
And now, performing the national anthem this evening, Colby Calais.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed through the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in there, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
End of the anthem, and what the players are doing there, they're not saying we're number one, they're saying we are one. And that's a statement by the Players Association, by the union. I think most of you know the collective bargaining agreement is up. There's some question as to whether there will be a 2011 season. The players come out onto the field in a show of solidarity. Nothing like a labor statement to start a season. Okay, let's get to football now. Sean Payton was the master motivator for the Saints last year. What's he doing this season? Down on the field, welcome in Andrea Kramer. Andrea.
Thank you very much, Al. Well, to reinforce the mindset of repeating, Sean Payton dug into his motivational toolbox this week. On Tuesday, he brought the team here to preview the unveiling of the championship banner. Then last night, he brought in five-time NBA champion Derek Fisher, who repeated 3 times with the LA Lakers. One of his messages, be prepared. You're no longer the predator, you're the prey. As for the Vikings, they are still without cornerback Cedric Griffin, who tore his ACL in the NFC Championship game here last year. But center John Sullivan, who missed almost all of training camp with a strained calf, will play tonight.
So you have Payton and you have Brad Childress on the other side. Each man got his head coaching job in 2006. So they're part of a class of 10 new coaches that year. 4 have survived. Ryan Longwell, still one of the best kickers in the league at the age of 36 to kick off. And back deep for the Saints will be Courtney Roby, as the 2010 season will commence. A rematch of last year's NFC Championship Game thriller, which went to overtime and was won by the Saints. And off we go. At the goal line, Courtney Roby, straight up the middle, gets taken down at the 22-yard line. And let's take a look at the New Orleans offense.
Drew Brees, Purdue Boilermaker. Reggie Bush, USC.
Heath Evans, Auburn.
Marcus Colston, Hofstra University.
Devery Henderson, LSU.
Jeremy Shockey, University of Miami.
Jamon Bushrod, Towson University.
Carl Nix, North Salinas High. Jonathan Goodwin, Lower Richland High, Diamond.
Jari Evans, Frankfurt Pioneers.
John Stinchcomb, University of Georgia.
You look at that line, that guard tandem about as good as it gets, Nix and Jari Evans. And they come up in the shotgun. Brees taking the opening snap of the season, going deep over the middle and finds a seam and hits Marcus Colston. Over the middle, Hussein Abdullah makes the tackle, and they begin the campaign with a 27-yard reception.
Well, right off the bat, E.J. Henderson right here in the middle of your screen is going to try and drop underneath in this cover 2 look. but Drew Brees simply too good as Henderson falls down. And of course the key anytime you're playing the Vikings, get Jared Allen blocked. There's the chip from David Thomas. We're off and running.
Colson was the leading receiver for the Saints last year. He caught 70. Brees rolling to his left, open again, and that's another first down. 2 plays, 2 first downs. Lance Moore tackled by E.J. Henderson. That's a gain of 11. For Drew Brees, 5 years in San Diego and now here. He was a free agent. A lot of people thought he was going to sign with Miami, but he didn't. He comes here and he's had 4 spectacular years, and there are his numbers in the Super Bowl. Super Bowl MVP, off to Disneyland and Disney World he went, and he is certain that this team can do it again this year. From the 37-yard line, they've got Bush lined up wide to the left, looking that way, and Bush is guarded well by Lito Shepherd, the former Eagle, breaking it up 2nd down. Let's take a look at the Vikings defense. A good one.
Ray Edwards, Cincinnati Woodward. Pat Williams, Wasman High School. Kevin Williams, Oklahoma State.
Jared Allen, Culinary Academy. Chad Greenway, University of Iowa.
E.J. Henderson, Maryland. Ben Lieber, Kansas State. Antoine Winfield, The Ohio State University. Madieu Williams, Maryland. Hussein Abdullah, Washington State. Asher Allen, Tucker High School.
Jared Allen's wife is actually going to a culinary academy. Here's Bush to the short side of the field. And he'll come up just a couple of yards shy of the first down. He's pushed out by the safety Williams and the corner Allen.
There's Torrey Humphrey, the tight end out there working on Jared Allen. They also had David Thomas with a little crackback block on the outside. And so far we're seeing Drew Brees spreading this offense out because the Minnesota Vikings defensively are very short at the cornerback position. So they're going to make sure the guys they have out there, some of them safeties, can cover their receivers.
Nickel defense 3 wide. Brees stepping away, feels that pressure so well. The first flag of the season, and the catch is made by Devery Henderson, who for the moment gets in for a touchdown. Terry McCauley is the referee, and a flag at the onset of the play. And the first touchdown of the season is a 29-yard reception.
Right on the outside, you've got Devery Henderson on an out and up. Told you back the shortage at the cornerback position. Asher Allen starting in this one because of injuries to Cedric Griffin and Chris Cook. And right away, Drew Brees able to take advantage.
29 yards to Henderson on a 3rd and 2. Garrett Hartley, one of the postseason heroes for New Orleans. Big kick to win the NFC Championship game. Bangs it through. Perfect opening drive for the Super Bowl champs. 7-0 New Orleans.
It's happening. Let's go. We got a 120 in progress. What's a 120? Another airline's charging up to $120 round trip for 2 bags. Pull over. Looks like we got a runner. Pull over. We know you've been charging for bags. You can't stop every plane. We're gonna stop this one. You can fly, but you can't hide.
It's been a hard thing. I was like the first person to leave home. My name is Ilan, and I'm saving up to buy a new Toyota Corolla. I really need the reliability that the Corolla provides. I am a bookkeeper and also a prep chef, so I need to be driving around from place to place. For the initial down payment, I'm 6 months out for when I get to go in and buy the Corolla and get the keys.
Share your Toyota story on Facebook.com/Toyota.
Live Thursday and Sunday night NFL games and NFL Red Zone. Now everything football is everywhere. Only with Verizon. Rule the air.
This NFL Kickoff Special being brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. By Toyota and the Tiny Football League. Add your Pee Wee team today. By the new Coors Light Silver Bullet aluminum pint. And by Verizon, the official wireless service provider of the NFL. Championship parade. Drew Brees telling us the other day it was like an out-of-body experience over that week following their victory. Thomas Morstead, because of the penalty, kicks from the 45-yard line because of the personal foul on Shepard, so that's an easy touchback. And here comes the Viking offense.
Brett Favre, University of Southern Mississippi. Adrian Peterson, Oklahoma.
Naufal Tahi, Brigham Young.
Bernard Varian, Fresno State. Percy Alvin, Florida.
South Shako, Morgan State Bears. Brian McKinney, the U. Steve Hutchinson, Michigan.
John Sullivan, Notre Dame. Anthony Herrera, the real UT. Phil Loho, Oklahoma.
And their first play is a running play after they stack two receivers to the left, and it's Adrian Peterson. He's tackled by Roman Harper. Of course, the Brett Favre story told over and over and over the last 4 or 5 years, because it's been that long since he talked about retiring. And a lot of people obviously got very tired of it, but it created great drama again. And he comes back after 3 of his teammates go down on a private plane and bring him back in the middle of August. And here he is, but as we said at the top, minus Sidney Rice, and he was a key factor last year, led the team in receptions. 2nd down and 7 with the crowd at full throat, and they give the ball off to Peterson with some tough running through the middle. It's a gain of 5. The middle linebacker Jonathan Vilma, 51, makes the stop, 3rd and short.
One of the things when you watch Brett Favre, he's like a magician handling the ball. Watch him pump out to the left, fake the draw. Here it comes. He's going to do that. Then they have other passing combinations off of it. Just trying to get the defense to take false steps here and there. That's the way their offense is set up.
Double tight end set with a fullback in. And this is Peterson, and the Saints are equal to that task as Scott Shanley, number 58, makes the tackle. Will Smith takes a look at the crowd and says, how about that, folks? And it's 3 and out for the Vikings.
Absolutely beautiful by Shanley. He's going to take on the fullback, the Fahu Tahi, and still make the tackle. Steps up in the gap, comes through, and makes the play. Beautifully done.
3 running plays, and they figured to run the ball a lot tonight. But they're already down 7-0, and New Orleans will get the ball back. Bush to return Kluwe's kick. Fair catch called for by Reggie at the 27-yard line. Saints take over a little more than 4 minutes into the game. 7-0 Saints.
We're the Lunds, and our family has owned 5 Camrys.
I drove the 92 Camry.
I drive a 2007 Camry.
I was expecting the 2005 Camry, and my sister got it.
I was driving the 94 Toyota Camry, and my dad surprised me with a 2005 Toyota Camry.
I drove all of them, but I drive the 2009.
Why Camry?
Reliability, affordability.
Share your Toyota story on Facebook.com/Toyota.
Bravo, Charlie, initiate launch sequence. Wide mouth is in position for resealable cap. Cap in place and locked. Commence final cooling. T-minus 34 degrees. Mountains are blue. New silver bullet aluminum pint. You are clear for launch. Houston, we have refreshment. Introducing the new silver bullet aluminum pint from Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Sunday football's a tradition at our house, so we got Red Zone from the cable company. Then we found out Red Zone is just plays inside the 20.
It's not whole games, it's highlights.
Of course, Nancy got DirecTV, and now, well, it's okay. It's okay.
Only DirecTV has every minute of every game. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
He
reimagined Star Trek, created the phenomenon Lost. So what's next for J.J. Abrams?
Sexpionage.
Undercovers, a new series, Wednesdays 8/7 Central on NBC.
4 decades, only 4 teams have led the NFL in yards and points in 2 straight seasons. And they could do it again this season with that explosive offense, and they're off to a pretty good start. Sean Payton's team on its first drive, scoring on a 29-yard touchdown pass from Brees to Henderson. That was a 77-yard drive. This one starts from the 27-yard line. Brees out of the shotgun. Backing up, sets up the screen. This is Thomas. And right there is Lieber to sniff it out and knock him down behind the line of scrimmage. And let's go back to the New Orleans touchdown.
Well, it's the movement by Drew Brees, his ability to step up. Watch Stinch come over here as the pass rush comes around, and Drew Brees is simply going to take a deep drop, step up and through, and it buys all kinds of time. I'm not sure at all that that was intended to be an out and up. Devery Henderson just reacted once Brees started to buy time, found the opening down the field. Beautifully done.
2nd and 12. And this time a screen back to Moore, who catches his second pass of the night. You know, I was looking at the way Brees ran that play, Chris, and it's almost like a little bit younger Favre. I mean, just you make something out of nothing. You're going to get sacked. You step away, you slide, you move out of the pocket, and you find the guy.
Well, that's what makes great quarterbacks. You know, those two guys are pretty good. And anytime that you can buy some extra time, those zone defenses get stretched. As a receiver, you get a chance to ad-lib a little bit down the field. Put 7 points on the board that time.
And Brees is as adept as anybody in the league right now, just feeling that pressure and taking that 1 or 2 step slide to the left or right and get free. And of course, he's only about 6'1", so he needs to find a little space to throw. A throwing lane, and there's another one, but it's a little too deep, intended for Devery Henderson. Henderson had gotten behind the corner. The safety comes over the top to provide the coverage, but the pass is a little long, and it's 4th down.
And I think some of the guys in the booth are going to say we may need to keep going that way. Hussein Abdullah is the new starting safety. They've been fishing, trying to figure out who can cover back there. And Abdullah a little late to get there in that deep outside third. I think they'll try that again.
Thomas Morstead. He'll punt. Bernard Berrien back to receive it. It's an angled kick and a short kick. And it will bounce out of bounds, and flags come in at the 32-yard line because Roby runs into Berrien.
If he signaled for a fair catch, you cannot block after doing that. And that protects you, but it also...
No foul for fair catch interference. The defender was pushing to the receiver. Timeout.
All right, so Terry McCauley comes down, straightens things out. Favre and the Vikes back on the field.
The Super Bowl is going to be played right here in this house.
But this week, Sunday Night Football starts in my house. And Papa's in the house all season long.
When the Redskins play the Cowboys, you buy us an extra large pizza. I'll throw in all your favorite toppings, my treat.
Buy an extra large Papa John's pizza and get all your favorite toppings free.
Really?
Every NFL game day, order a Papa John's extra large cheese pizza at regular menu price and get all your favorite toppings free.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
.306 horsepower, race-inspired paddle shifters, and F-Sport tuned suspension, all available on the new 2011 Lexus IS. It isn't real performance unless it's wielded with precision.
Why can't we go to the beach?
Beechwood is commonly used to smoke cheeses.
Come on, Dad, for reals.
Are narwhals real?
What?
Really cute cat pictures.
Cat-friendly hotels in Idaho. Idaho?
Visit the Idaho Potato Museum!
Potato skins.
Can eat it first.
The dip.
Freak.
You put your hand up on my head. When I give you dip,
Find the cure at Bing.com. It's not just a search engine, it's Bing, the decision engine from Microsoft.
He's got high hopes. He's got high hopes.
It's a whole new season. It's back to football.
That's what Sunday Night Football Extra looks like at NBCSports.com. You can choose your own instant replay, your own camera angle, get all the news and information and stats. You've got a lot of options. God forbid they should ever give you an option of listening to a different set of announcers, though.
That'd be an easy choice, wouldn't it?
First and 10 at the 30-yard line. Second drive of the night from Minnesota. And Shanko makes the catch, gain of 8. Let's meet the Saints defense.
Alex Brown, the Gator Nation.
Remy Adele, South Grand Prairie High.
Cedric Ellis, USC. Will Smith, The Ohio State.
Jolon Dunbar, Boston College.
Jonathan Vilma, for you.
Scott Shanley, Nebraska.
Jabari Greer, Jackson, Tennessee.
Malcolm Jenkins, The Ohio State University.
Roman Harper, Alabama. Tracy Porter, Indiana University.
Porter, a big star with 2 gigantic interceptions in postseason. And Favre's second pass after his first one gained 8 is incomplete. Intended for Percy Harvin. And Tracy Porter, who we just talked about, with an interception of Favre in the championship game. And a big interception to cement the Super Bowl against Peyton Manning. With the coverage, it'll be 3rd down and 1. Porter is a Louisiana kid. He grew up about a half hour from here. We were talking to him about Katrina the other day. He said it was a week and a half before he even knew if some family members were alive. Had no communication. Peterson keeps those legs churning, and because of that, picks up the first down. It was Vilma right there. They had him stop behind the line of scrimmage, but as tough a runner as there is in the league, Adrian Peterson picks up the first.
Well, defensively, the Saints can't do it a whole lot better than that. Shanley hits first, and then Vilma right in behind it. But they simply were unable to get Peterson on the ground. Vilma had a clean shot at him. But Adrian Peterson, who's playing with a little added motivation after some miscues in the championship game, fought for that one.
Miscues, namely 2 fumbles and another one that was charged to Favre, but was really Peterson's fault on a handoff. First down and 10. And Favre has a lot of time, and Brett goes deep, and the pass is incomplete. There was contact downfield, and you had Harvin being covered by the middle linebacker, Marvin Mitchell.
Yeah, pre-snap on that one, Al. Marvin Mitchell was lined up about 10 yards down the field, and Brett thought he could still throw it in behind him. Here's Mitchell right here, and his job is going to be dropped down the middle of the field, and I think Brett thought Percy Harvin was going to keep going and just run by the linebacker. Instead, he slowed down and jumped on the other side and almost got it picked off.
Second down and 10. Peterson swings to the outside, nearly gets tripped up, but stays on his feet and turns it into a gain of 17 with a flag down. Tackle made by Randall Gay. And the penalty will bring it back. Holding.
I think this was Visante Shanko right here on the right tight end. See if he grabs him right here. Was just as he goes by. There you go. What a run by Adrian Peterson, though. I thought he was going to fall flat on his face and put that hand down and kept on rolling. But that's the one thing the Minnesota Vikings hate to see. They had established a little bit with their running game. Now you got to deal with the crowd and protection.
Second and 20. You have Albert Young now flanking Favre in the backfield, and they'll empty the backfield. They send him in motion. So Brett is back there alone on second down and 20. And the Saints rush only 3. 8 back to cover. Favre throws. Here's another flag. And that's Shanko making the catch.
Pass interference. Offense number 81. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
So that's the Quinella for Shanko. Back-to-back penalties on 81.
Yeah, Roman Harper, the safety, helped make that call there as soon as Shanko came down and just pushed off of him. And straight down the field, there's Jolon Dunbar, and really no reason to do it. It was just a zone. One of the few times defensive players get calls.
Second and 30. For years they had Chester Taylor in on third down and second and long, but Taylor's gone. He signed with Chicago. They have Peterson now. He'll take an inside handoff and pick up about half the necessary yardage. as he gets the ball to the 35-yard line. So they had 2nd and 30. That's a 14-yard gain. It'll be 3rd down and 16. Greg Williams is the defensive coordinator of the New Orleans Saints, the self-proclaimed Dr. Heat. And he, of course, runs a very high-risk, very high-reward defense.
And he is not going to back out. Some question about cheap shots in the championship game. He said, we're not changing anything.
3rd and 16. Interesting set there out of the shotgun. Pass underneath. Here's Young. And Young will pick up all but about 3 yards needed for a first down. So after a 2nd and 30, at least they get it to 4th and 2 and put their punting group in a position to try to pin New Orleans deep.
Well, look at this formation here. You're going to have 2 personal protectors for Brett Favre. They are not going to let the 40-year-old quarterback get hit the way that he did the last time these 2 teams played. Nothing wrong with that. They picked up about 20 yards or so. Now they'll punt it. Should at least be able to flip the field position.
Chris Kluwe. Reggie Bush is back at his 10-yard line. And Bush will let it go, and it takes a good Minnesota bounce, and it will be down inside the 5-yard line. Saints start deep in their own territory, 7-0.
Dudes, this is the best. With the Coors Light home draft, we can drink a draft at home while we watch the game at home.
What could be better?
We're here.
The Coors Light Home Draft. CO2 pressurized for up to 30 days of fresh frost-brewed draft beer right from your fridge.
It's all right. It's cool.
The Home Draft from Coors Light.
Our breakout session is going to be great. Got the Gecko T-shirt. 4 million drivers switched. Gecko water bottle, notebook, chamois.
Sir, I feel a little bit uncomfortable with all this. I mean, it's not about me. It should be about how Geico's the 3rd largest car insurance company in the nation. Things like that.
Oh, of course. We're not going to get carried away.
Yeah, all right. As long as we don't overdo it.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
We were taught how the pioneers went into the West. They opened their eyes and made up what things could be. People think there aren't frontiers anymore. They can't see how frontiers are all around us.
Something is wrong. I need help.
We have no record of your girlfriend.
Where is she? He's got a gun! Where's my girlfriend?
I can save her.
The Event happens Mondays, 9/8 Central on NBC.
Through the years, Brett Favre has been pretty demonstrative, and he was last year in that Carolina game, especially that Sunday night game. And here he was moments ago coming off the field, Chris.
Yeah, and I think they were discussing what Percy Harvin did. You see Brett say that little shake, instead of just running by the linebacker Mitchell, he broke it down in front of him. He said, that play's there, come back to it.
After the Kluwe punt, the Saints will start from their own 4-yard line. Allen gets taken out of the play, and the tackle is made as Bush makes the catch, and coming up to make the tackle is Antoine Winfield, who missed 6 games last year with injuries and coming back from a knee problem.
Pretty good job out here by Bushrod on the outside working against Jared Allen. They have 1,000 different ways they can help him against Jared Allen, but the best of all is when you can trust your left tackle to go against one of the best defensive ends in the game with no help at all, especially when you're throwing out of your own end zone.
2nd down and 9. Pierre Thomas is the back, and then Drees drops the ball, but Drew is able to pick it up and then float one into the arms of Robert Meacham. So near disaster down at the goal line, but Brees able to pick it up and then find Meacham, who had a breakout year last season.
Well, they even had a blitz here by Ben Lieber, and he was running right towards Brees, but here's Brees' escapability again. And once again, we're seeing the safety, Hussein Abdullah, not able to get over the top. There's Lieber. I thought he was dead to rights, and then Lieber just kind of got tripped up. And for the second time in this game, the athleticism of Brees wins the day.
Bush is wide to the right. They go with 4 wides here.
Offense number 9. 5-yard penalty.
Well, unless Terry McAuley gets talked out of it, it's on Brees.
5-yard penalty. First down.
Couldn't talk him out of it.
Sometimes tough to talk the boss out of anything. Terry McAuley in charge. They don't want those quarterbacks making real herky-jerky kind of motions to try and draw the defense off sides. Take a look at Drew Brees. Wow, I think the first one was what did it, but he had to think about it for a minute, didn't he?
Marginal.
Yeah.
1st and 15. And he guns this one to Devery Henderson, and then the ball comes loose, but they're going to rule it incomplete. Never had possession. Devery Henderson down the left side for what would have been another big gainer.
Boy, nice job by Lito Shepherd on that one. Perfectly thrown ball by Drew Brees. And Lito Shepherd is just going to cut the legs out from underneath Henderson here. Watch him come off his guy, hook those legs. And if you're wondering, is that catchable because he hits the ground? No. Once contact is made in the air, you've got to maintain possession all the way to the ground. And clearly he doesn't.
2nd and 15, 3:43 left. And Brees is going to take a timeout before a 2nd and 15 call. New Orleans 7, Minnesota nothing on opening night.
Introducing the Samsung Fascinate, powered by Verizon. Super AMOLED screen, 6-access 3D gaming, and access to thousands of free apps. All in one ultra-thin package. You want it? We got it. The Samsung Fascinate. Only at Verizon.
This is my first time to use it.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
You just feed your check in, do the money right in.
No deposit slips.
No looking for an envelope.
I have an image of my check right here.
I can get a picture of the check on the receipt.
It even tells what kind of bills I put in.
Just put the bills right in.
It even did the math for me.
4 20s.
A 10.
2 5s.
$100. It's all right here.
I'm done. I'm out of here.
Quick and easy deposits with ATMs from Bank of America.
Time's up. It ends here.
Resident Evil Afterlife in 3D. Rated R in Real Deal IMAX 3D.
For the touchdown.
The Irish have their first win of this season. Saturday, after last season's heartbreaking loss at Michigan, the Fighting Irish are looking for revenge. Michigan, Notre Dame, Saturday 3:30 Eastern, only on NBC.
The event is almost here. From the executive producer of 24 comes the new series, The Event. Blair Underwood, Jason Ritter, and Laura Innes starring in it. You'll see it Mondays at 9 Eastern and Pacific and 8 Central and Mountain right here on NBC. New Orleans opening night. 2010 season underway. It's 2nd down and 15 after the Saints took a timeout from the 25-yard line. Brees to Bush. Great slip move there. And he finally gets taken down by Allen. And he went right around Ray Edwards for a 19-yard gain.
Well, that time the Vikings look like they're going to come here. Instead, they drop out and come here. And watch Drew Brees here. Again, just buy a little time. Escape the pocket. Just feel that pass rush. Get outside. Get the ball to Reggie Bush. And look out. He's got a little added motivation himself after the week he's had.
Talk about that as we go along. The Heisman Trophy controversy, whether we should give it back whether they'll take it away or not. And the catch is made at the 50-yard line. Jeremy Shockey is there. E.J. Henderson, and a fabulous story because the last time we saw him on a Sunday night game in Arizona, he broke his femur, the thigh bone, the longest and normally the strongest bone in the body. And at that point, when he's on the field, writhing in pain that night, you thought his career was over. And here he is 9 months later back in uniform.
He had 6 weeks on crutches, 6 weeks with a cane. But it was interesting talking with him. He never doubted for 1 second, even lying on the field that night, that he was going to be back.
2nd down and 3. And the catch is made here by Meacham. You know, Meacham, when you look at the Saints and all of their weapons offensively, they've got Colston, who would be their #1 guy, and you saw Henderson with a touchdown pass. And then there's Meacham. So if you match up quarterbacks and receivers, and you took a look at a rating for a quarterback is 158.3. That's a perfect rating. And there they are. When Brees threw to Meacham last year, they're the only duo to perfect a perfect rating since they started keeping those numbers, quarterback to receiver, in 2002.
I'm no expert, but I'd say they ought to throw it to him more.
Yeah.
You ready? Place up.
Brees, who set a completion percentage record, has a ton of time again, swings it to the outside, and this time it's David Thomas, the #2 tight end, who makes the catch, and Antoine Winfield makes the tackle.
That's the old Saints play that they love, the bootleg, and typically on bootlegs, everything breaks to the outside. Watch Meacham out here on the outside. He's going to go like he's going to go to the corner like a typical bootleg, then break back inside. I've seen the Saints score a lot of touchdowns. That time, both safeties stayed with it, didn't give up the big play. Brees just had to drop it off.
With a minute left in the quarter, the Saints have already rung up 136 yards of total offense. Brees, and this time under pressure. So they empty out the backfield, and the Vikings take advantage of it. Coming in was Chad Greenway, maybe the most underrated or underappreciated guy on this defense for the sack.
Yeah, Greenway basically occupied the blockers here and freed up Jamie Mitchell to get the sack. That's one of the dangers. Anytime that you go that empty backfield, as a quarterback, you have to know you're not going to be able to block it. They brought a linebacker and safety. It's up to Brees to get it out.
Probably give each a half on that play. Pass caught over the middle. Bush gets free again. And taken down at the 41-yard line by Shepard on what figures to be the final play of a very productive first quarter for the Saints. 138 yards of total offense. We've played 1. It is New Orleans 7, Minnesota nothing. And NBC's NFL 2010 kickoff special resumes after these messages.
What was that? On September 17th,
I saw a face.
bad things happen
The hell's going on?
for a reason. Who are you?
Don't let it go dark in there.
Devil. Rated PG-13 starts September 17th.
Yo, Troy, you been using my shampoo? Because it's for guys who want thicker looking hair.
I didn't use it.
Didn't you?
No.
Didn't you?
Yes.
Head and Shoulders Hair Endurance. Thicker looking hair in 1 week. Guaranteed.
There's no one else like you.
Customize your NFL gear at NFLshop.com. Free shipping now.
Want to own Brett Favre's jersey from tonight's game or a Saints Super Bowl ring? Go to NFL.com/auction now for a chance at these and other one-of-a-kind NFL items. Your bid will benefit the Saints Gulf Coast Renewal Fund.
The Superdome in New Orleans on opening night. Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, Andrea Kramer, 7-0. New Orleans after 1. And we start the second quarter with a punt. Thomas Morstead on the plus side of the field. Will boot this with some backspin, and it will be fair caught at the 11-yard line by Berrien. So the last time Brett Favre was in this building last January, it was a night to forget for him.
Well, and what was remarkable was he took a beating like this and was never sacked. The Saints never had a sack, but look at all the hits that he endured, and then there were major questions on the part of the Vikings. What is all this stuff? Here he is coming out on a bootleg, takes a shot, the high-low shot. That's the one that he hurt his ankle on. And according to Brad Childress, he felt like that there was a plan, there was a method to that, and he had talked to a former player on the Saints, and he confirmed it.
From the 11-yard line on first down. Gain of 1. Adrian Peterson, and as if you couldn't tell from those hits, those series of hits, take a look at these pictures. Thigh and ankle 3 days after the game.
And Brett said that the thigh actually bothered him more than the ankle right away, but there was definitely some question. Had the Vikings won the football game, which they easily could have, what kind of shape would Brett Favre have been in for the Super Bowl? I almost said, would he have played? And that was the dumbest question of all. Of course he was going to play, but he would have been in some pain.
It's been a long time since Brett hasn't played. 2nd and 10. Swings it out. Peterson seeking that first down, and he will get it. Up at the 22-yard line, Jabari Greer making the tackle along with Roman Harper.
Yeah, and for Adrian Peterson, here's a guy that caught 43 balls a season ago, which was more than his first 2 seasons combined, and they clearly are trying to help get him to that third down receiver role. Right now it's more Albert Young, Toby Gerhart, but how on third down do you take this guy off the field, one of the great players in the game?
From the 22 now, fake toss. Gives it to Adrian Peterson again. He's such a tough runner, and that's one of the reasons that he fumbles so much. He's had 20 in his 3-year career. He had 2 in the championship game here last year. I mean, he sometimes he leads with the arm that's carrying the ball.
Yeah, and one of the, they've done everything with him this offseason. They've tried a weighted football to train him. He says he thinks most of his fumbles come from when he's going to the ground, the ball, the hand with the ball in it, sometimes tries to break his fall, and that's how he ends up giving it up.
And if you're the defense and you know a guy fumbles a lot, what do you think you're going to try to tackle? This time he covers up the ball with both arms and takes it up to the 30-yard line for a short gain.
I tell you, one of the things that really impresses me about Adrian Peterson, though, there was a mix-up in the championship game on a handoff and a fumble, and it would have been easy after the day that he had all the fumbles to say, hey, we just mixed up together and fouled that thing up. He said, no. He said it was my fault. It was not Brett. It was totally me. He is a stand-up guy and one of the finest young men you'll meet in the game.
Brad Childress pacing the sidelines. They go to their heavy set here with Peterson in the backfield, and Favre's going to throw, and he swings it out, and that's a first down to Jeff Dugan, who can play fullback or tight end, H-back. First down. Peterson can gain some inspiration, though. You look at Eric Dickerson, people forget he averaged more than 12 fumbles a season the first 4 years. Then he knocked that off, as did Thurman Thomas. He had fumbleitis. And of course, Tiki Barber, the most renowned of all, 44 fumbles over the first 7 years, and then only 3 per year over the last 3. So it is rectifiable, as if you didn't know. Albert Young is now in the game. He's the tailback. Young, second-year player from Iowa, and they're going to give it to him. And he takes it up to the 39-yard line. Great way to start a season. It's going to be a phenomenal opening weekend. Among the games, of course, is Dallas and Washington, and we're going to go there on Sunday night as Mike Shanahan and Donovan McNabb begin a new era.
Yeah, and some questions about the health of the offensive line of the Dallas Cowboys. So the matchup should be tremendous. It's going to be a lot of fun to see Donovan in a Redskins uniform.
And no better way to open up this year. And the only other better way would be a rematch of the Super Bowl. But since Indianapolis doesn't play New Orleans, that was never an option. Favre throws. And that is Albert Young, and knifing through is the cornerback Jabari Greer to blow up that play. 3rd and 12.
I'll tell you, the one thing that you do see out of these corners, here's Brett, fake the smoke screen, fake the draw, throw the screen. But these two corners, I tell you, they're pretty special. They don't get a lot of attention, but Jabari Greer and Tracy Porter, we know about the plays that Porter made. But a lot of people here think Jabari Greer is the better cover guy.
3rd and 11. Ticking down to 10 minutes left in the half. And Brett will throw it underneath. Young again. Flag is thrown, and Young is down at the 43-yard line. And you can have a face mask, I think. The line judge coming in. Initial signal over to Terry McCauley. Looked like a face mask.
Yeah.
Call. Here's McCauley.
There are 2 fouls on play. Personal foul, grasping the face mask, offense number 71. Personal foul, grasping the face mask, defense number 50. The penalty's offset. 3rd down.
Well, that's a break there for Minnesota, because otherwise they would have been short of the 1st down had there been no penalties on the play, and they'll get to at least run one more.
Well, it was easy to see Marvin Mitchell's face mask. On the other side, Lodeholt looked like he was going to get beat on the pass rush, right tackle, and he was just going to reach out and grab that face mask.
Third and 11 again. Favre over the middle, and it is caught at the 48-yard line. That's Shanko, covered well. Scott Shanley makes the tackle, and one of the best free agent pickups in the last 3 years, Visante Shanko, the former Giant, 15-yard gain and a 1st down.
I tell you what, that was a great job by Brett Favre hanging in there. He had to hold it to the last second, and you just get the feeling that Brett is still trying to figure out these receivers on the outside. Without Sidney Rice, he just doesn't have that true go-to guy. Brett talked about how he could throw it to Sidney even if he was covered, and I think he's still trying to figure out who that next guy is going to be. Maybe it's Shanko.
From the 49-yard line. Back to Peterson. Good run. Beauty. 9 yards. We haven't even touched on Favre's ankle. We're talking about Brett. He's going to be 41 years old in October. Remember, he had ankle surgery in May. And obviously not 100%. It's the left ankle. He's still hobbled, but appears to, at least tonight, to have some fairly decent mobility.
Yeah, a lot of news about the lubricant that he put in that ankle. He said he's going on a series of 5 different shots. He's already had 2 of them, and it's supposed to help that bone-on-bone friction that happens after all those surgeries.
2nd and 1. Peterson to the 36-yard line. You know, with Peterson, if I'm Adrian, as we take a look at him again, you know, I think maybe in a way I'm motivated by the fact for a couple of years everybody said, oh, he's the best back in the league. Now most people are saying Chris Johnson is the best back in the league.
Yeah, a lot of things motivate him. But it's interesting, we talked about Brett and his ankle. He can still get out there on those stretch plays. There are a lot of quarterbacks in their early 30s that can't make that handoff anymore, and that really helps Adrian Peterson.
Fake toss. Back to Peterson. Again, very tough running, that time behind the right guard, Anthony Herrera. And that's a gain of 9 as we tick down past the halfway mark of the quarter.
I tell you, it's really a tough thing. Brett fakes this smoke screen to the wide receiver and then runs the draw. It just freezes the linebackers for a second.
And after a muddle huddle, they come up quickly to try to catch the Saints off balance. And it's a short gain here for Peterson. So Adrian Peterson already in this game tonight has carried the ball a dozen times. He has 12 carries for 56 yards.
And this is the question for this New Orleans Saints defense. Can they hold up against the run? They certainly have had issues when people have taken it right at them. And I think so far tonight they're working that right side of Alex Brown and Jimmy Wilkerson, two new defensive ends, really playing in new positions as well.
Brown, former Chicago Bear, came over. And this time it is Young as Peterson gets a breather. No gain. Jolon Dunbar making the stop, and the Viking defense enjoying this mini vacation. Drew Brees has been on the bench because Minnesota has now had the ball almost 9 minutes.
Well, I tell you what, Cedric Ellis just completely blew up Anthony Herrera on that play. Goodness gracious. They've been worried about his knee. I think they can worry no more.
2nd and 10. They stack two receivers to the left. There's a flag. Albert Young carrying the ball. Terry McCauley. That'll cost him 5.
Illegal formation, offense. Number 40 was covered and then shifted. Penalties decline. 3rd down.
Won't cost them 5, but it will cost them a down instead of 2nd down and 16, or 3rd down rather, and 9. It'll be 3rd down and 9.
But what an effective drive this has been. You're the underdog coming in. You're wearing down this defense, and you're working on the crowd. Looks like they're going to take a timeout, maybe give this defense a bit of a breather.
They will. 5.5 minutes remaining in the opening half. 7-0. Super Bowl champion Saints.
Coach Edwards, are you pumped about the new Silver Bullet pint?
I'm excited.
I'm excited that it has a wide mouth.
You better be excited.
I'm happy that it's cold activated.
Why shouldn't you be?
Coach, I took a poll. This side of the room is happy. This side of the room is excited.
They better be happy. They better be excited.
Have you seen our pie chart?
The new Silver Bullet aluminum pint from Coors Light, official beer sponsor of the NFL.
Coach, finish this sentence. Coors Light is the world's most refreshing beer.
Period.
Well played.
One gold money clip with no money in it, one watch, and one mobile phone.
Gordon Gekko was one of the biggest names on Wall Street before he went to prison.
Mr. Gekko! I'm gonna marry your daughter.
He's not who you think he is. He'll hurt us.
They took 100,000 hours of my life, and when I got out, who's waiting for me? Nobody. I'm gonna burn the whole house down. You tell him for me, babe, Gordon Gekko is back.
Wall Street, money never sleeps. Rated PG-13.
New York, great city, and you must respect, especially the football giants. But now, with DirecTV, people can watch Cowboys game on phone in New York.
Touchdown! What do you think of that, partner?
We're here.
This is Central Park.
Only DirecTV lets you watch your game wherever you go. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
This NFL Kickoff Special being brought to you by Wendy's. You know when it's real. By PlayStation Move. Move into the action. Only on PS3. By the new Coors Light Silver Bullet aluminum pint. And by Nissan inviting you to shift the way you move. Now, when I come down here with John Madden, you know we'd have about 3 of those. You, on the other hand, opt the collard greens and broccoli.
And a Diet Coke.
Po' boys. 3rd and 9. After the timeout taken by the defense.
Here it comes. They're in a blitz look.
And they're all coming. And Favre throws, and the pass is incomplete as Greer was able to blanket Bernard Berrien. And they have held Berrien without a catch tonight.
Well, Bernard Berrien did not have an on-target drop a season ago, and this is pretty close to qualifying. You see they bring 7. That's all out, which means straight man-to-man coverage on the backside. And it looked like Jabari Greer just got a hand in there. You see the coverage. That's with no help whatsoever. Big-time play by Greer.
Brian Longwell, one of the three band of brothers. Steve Hutchinson, Jared Allen, the others. A 42-yard attempt. Those three went down to Brett Favre's house in Mississippi and brought him back 3 weeks ago. Good drive, but it results in only 3. 7-3.
The 100% electric Nissan Leaf. Innovation for the planet. Innovation for all.
Droid. What this droid does will change how you do football. With NFL Mobile, this does live streaming Thursday and Sunday night games on a 4.3-inch screen so big, the way you see them will never be the same. Introducing the new Droid X by Motorola, the next generation of does.
They're dangerous, they're desperate. Use extreme caution in your approach.
Ready or not, here she comes.
I'm gonna catch him. You hear me? I'm gonna catch him.
Chase, a new series, Mondays 10/9 Central on NBC.
Rivalry weekend begins Saturday here on NBC as Notre Dame seeks revenge against rival Michigan for last season's heartbreaking loss. And 3 nights from tonight, we will be in our nation's capital. The Dallas Cowboys opening the season against the Washington Redskins on Sunday Night Football. Rivalry weekend on NBC. Here's the kick. 7-yard line, Courtney Roby. And Roby will get tripped up as he crosses the 30-yard line by Aaron Henderson. New Orleans 7, Minnesota 3.
Dear world, it's come to my attention that some of you still don't know if the PS3 is right for your family. What? PS3 is the world's sweetest gaming Blu-ray playing device in the world. What, are you waiting for some magical new era of family gaming to just walk in your door? Well, ding dong, PlayStation Move is here.
Look, Mom, your family in a room, together. Ha! We're talking HD graphics and a camera that tracks your every move. Yeah! So even old guy here can relive his glory days in the Spanish-American War. Now, PS3's got something for everyone. Motion gaming, sitting gaming, Blu-ray, Netflix, shiatsu massage, the whole package. And to prove it, we're putting the Move through the ultimate test. 90 days with me in the McGuire house.
Actually, we didn't agree to that.
Sorry, Dad, already tweeted it. Goes in the bedroom, fellas.
PlayStation.
If somebody ever says they can tell you the secret of success, they'll notice you're wearing these and say, oh, looks like you already know it. Slim khakis from Dockers at Kohl's. Wear the pants.
Wendy's spicy chicken nuggets, all white meat seasoned with peppers and savory spices.
So cool. I mean hot.
Wendy's classic frosty, made with rich cream and 100% real cocoa.
So hot. I mean cool.
Each only 99 cents for a short time.
So nice.
A few lucky fans got a sneak peek of the event. Here's what they're saying. The event happens Mondays 9/8 Central on NBC.
Tomorrow morning, it's back to Football Friday on the Today Show. Most of the gang was down here today. A special concert on Rockefeller Plaza with Sugarland cheerleaders, tailgating, and all sorts of football surprises tomorrow on the Today Show. And there's the Superdome, such a symbol of misery 5 years ago. And tonight, 5 years later, the joint, of course, is jumping. Who would have ever believed it?
I tell you what, and the people down here, how happy are they to see you come in and spend a little time? They love it.
From the 32, Brees goes to Thomas, and there's a flag down, and New Orleans' whole offense tonight has been pass.
Offense number 78. 10-yard penalty. First down.
John Stinchcomb. Saints have had only one rush in 25, almost 25 minutes of football tonight. That was Bush for 8 yards. And there is Brees, who's thrown for 138 yards. He's thrown to 8 different receivers. 12 of 16. And that's Drew. That's what he did last year. Spread it around, as did Favre on the other side. First and 20.
Kill. Like 5-2. Ready. Tackle right. 26. Ready. 90. Next side.
Checks off. Throws underneath. Marcus Colston making the catch. 28-yard line. Talking about Brees and what he did, and take a look at that. They had 7 players catch 35 or more, and only the second team in history to do that. You go back to the 95 Dolphins, when Marino was spreading it around. Irving Fryer, Terry Kirby, Keith Byers, some of those guys on that Dolphin team. Second down and 14 from the 28-yard line, and Brees throwing into traffic this time, and the pass incomplete. Trying to get it to the tight end David Thomas. It'll be 3rd and 14. Ben Lieber in on the coverage.
Well, you got the good matchup on the outside. Jermon Bushrod working against Jared Allen, and there's one of the ways that time Reggie Bush fanned on the chip as he came around. But so far, I don't think we've really mentioned Jared Allen's name, and he's been getting some help, but not like we've seen. We've seen tight ends over there. We've seen wing backs. We've seen pulling guards trying to get him. Bushrod looks a little more confident with him this year than he did a season ago.
Allen normally a very disruptive force. He's averaged almost a sack per game over the last 3 years. One of those with Kansas City.
Offense number 74. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
So naturally, the minute you highlight him and you try to get him to the Pro Bowl. Thank you.
We're not going to get him to the Pro Bowl, but he's hanging in there pretty good, at least so far on this one. But this is, this is a bit of a dangerous time here for the Saints. They come out and they score the first touchdown, and the Vikings weather the storm, and now their offense has been struggling, and you can feel the momentum shifting a bit here, and the Saints defense has to be getting tired at this point.
On 3rd and 19. Brees feeling it, buying time. That's a settle underneath, and is lucky that one wasn't intercepted. There's a flag down.
Offense number 73. Penalties decline. 4th down.
That's Jari Evans, but you almost had a near pick by Asher Allen.
I don't know exactly what Drew Brees saw here, but watch Asher Allen, number 21. Ball's going to be right in his lap, and somehow that goes on the ground. That allows the punter to come out. I'll tell you, that's the Vikings missed a lot of opportunities in that championship game too. Everybody talks about the Vikings turnovers, but they had a shot for 2 or 3 themselves that they missed.
Thomas Morstead's punt. High and very deep. This is a real beauty. Juggled and then recovered. Berrien had to back up. Juggled it and gets back to the 18-yard line. Courtney Roby making the tackle. That is a 59-yard boot by Morstead.
This here New Orleans, anything goes, as long as you don't disrespect the Saints. My neighbor got DirecTV. Now he watches them Falcon games every Sunday. Downright disgraceful. But a dirty bird can't fly with a broken wing.
Only DirecTV lets you watch your favorite team wherever you live. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Wouldn't it be cool if cars didn't need keys? If you could talk to them with this? Wouldn't it be cool if you made a legend available to everyone? If there was a step right there. If you turbocharged this little guy. Wouldn't it be cool if old water bottles became new seats? If your car could clean up the air just like that. If you never bought another gallon of gas. Or what if cars could read your expressions? If they moved together like schools of fish and had force fields? Yeah, that would be cool. Nissan, innovation for today, innovation for tomorrow, innovation for all.
Sunday night, Donovan McNabb makes his Redskins debut against bitter rival Tony Romo and the Dallas Cowboys.
What a night for this guy.
Sunday night is football night.
Cowboys, Redskins, only on NBC.
The two head coaches in this game, Childress and Payton, each went to Eastern Illinois. On Sunday night, we go to Washington. Mike Shanahan went to Eastern Illinois. So only Wade Phillips in our two games this weekend did not go to Eastern Illinois.
Tony Romo.
And Tony Romo went there as well. 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. This drive begins with Favre throwing. Here's Harvin. Percy, who's been prone to, of course, the migraine headaches, takes a pop from Tracy Porter, gets up and goes, no problem. 11-yard gain, first down.
Malcolm Jenkins, who's filling in for Darren Sharper, is going to come out of nowhere here to lay this one on Percy Harvin. Good golly. Wow.
12-yard gain, ball at the 30-yard line. And the last thing, as Peterson carries for one, that the Saint defense needed was that 3 and out by the offense, because they were on the field for about 9 minutes on Minnesota's last drive. And now the Vikings with the ball back again, under 3 minutes to play in the half.
I'll tell you, Cedric Ellis is having a big game in the middle. That time the Saints coming out in a 34 look with him right on the nose. And of course, John Sullivan, the center for the Minnesota Vikings, has missed much of training camp with a bad calf. And right now, Cedric Ellis is going to work on it.
Short shot gets jostled, has it intercepted. It's Jonathan Vilma over the middle. So they finally get to Favre. They finally jostle him. He throws. He couldn't get anything on it, and Vilma right over the middle for the pick.
Well, Jonathan Vilma, who for my money was the best linebacker in the playoffs a season ago, as Brett tries to ad-lib a play, comes up and makes a mistake, and it is almost impossible to watch that play and not think of the interception. A little hold on the back end of that one as well, but not think of the interception that ended the Viking season.
And there's the guy, Roman Harper, who creates the interception by knocking Favre into his right tackle load hole. So now with 2.5 to go, a short field for the Saints from the 29-yard line. Pierre Thomas will swing to the outside and get around the corner, but not for long. Knocked down just about at the line of scrimmage.
And think about the transition, the dropped interception on the other end by the Vikings that would have given them the ball in the 30. Punt it down the field, a great punt, and then Favre throws the interception. Quite a turnaround.
Vilma had that pick on what's known as that high-low hit on Favre in that championship game, so he's been there, and we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to the half. 7-3 Saints.
Get any phone free, only at Verizon. When you buy the hot, new Samsung Fascinate with its Super AMOLED screen. Get a free Samsung Intensity, a free BlackBerry Bold, or any other phone in our lineup. Don't miss out. Offer ends soon. Buy a Samsung Fascinate and any other phone is free. Only at Verizon.
The
channel that brings you every touchdown from every game on Sunday afternoons. Watch the most exciting moments like never before, live in HD. Every touchdown from every game, live on one channel, NFL Red Zone. You want the NFL? Go to the NFL.
Bravo, Charlie, initiate launch sequence. Wide mouth is in position for resealable cap. Cap in place and locked. Commence final cooling. T-minus 34 degrees. Mountains are blue. New silver bullet aluminum pint. You are clear for launch. Houston, we have refreshment. Introducing the new silver bullet aluminum pint from Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
At Best Buy, you get TV pros like me. So this is actually Samsung's brand new 50-inch plasma TV. Best thing about this, guys, it's got all these apps at the touch of a button. Wow. You can tell everybody, hey, I just tweeted from my couch. And you can update Facebook from this one button. Okay, that's cool. And right now at Best Buy, you can get the Samsung TV and free Blu-ray player for under $1,000.
Hey, let's see your football games.
Yeah.
You're on the big screen now, son.
This Wednesday, 2 reasons to break out the confetti. Got Talent crowns a new winner live. You're the star. And Jimmy Smits is back on NBC. The Got Talent live finale, followed by the Outlaw preview. This Wednesday, 8/7 Central on NBC.
Toyota halftime show is coming up. A fresh start for Donovan McNabb, and Bob Costas will have that story, and we will see McNabb on Sunday night. Tony Dungy, Rodney Harrison, they're right there with Dan Patrick as our crew has traveled to the Big Easy and ready for the Toyota halftime show. Jared Allen in the defense right now, trying to limit the damage after the Favre interception. 2nd down and 11. Quick count. And Thomas can't get anything started tonight. Pierre gets hit by Chad Greenway. Of course, he can't get anything started because they're not calling any running plays.
Yeah, well, the Minnesota Vikings are a tough team to run the football against, so not so sure that Sean Payton hasn't decided, you know what, I like our matchup against their secondary. They've got a couple of guys injured back there. We're throwing against safeties instead of corners. Let's do that.
3rd and 9. Right now you'll be looking at about a 47-yard field goal if they don't gain a yard on this play, and they will not. And Thomas looks for a flag and doesn't get one, and he got wrapped up and was covered on the play very, very well to make it 4th down.
Yeah, Lito Shepard, that was pretty close over there on the tail end. Here's Bushrod out on the outside. Working against Jared Allen. He's going to get help from David Thomas, and really Allen has no choice but to try and go inside. But that was very nearly pass interference, which would have been a 1st down.
Garrett Hartley, 3 field goals of 40 or more yards in the Super Bowl. This for 46. Of course, he won the overtime game to send the team to the Super Bowl, and this time Hartley's kick is no good. Probably needs more pressure. It's the regular season. And that's going to give Favre the ball up at the 36-yard line.
We talked about how Brett likes to fake these little smoke screens or quick screens out to the wide receiver and then hand the ball off. Sometimes then he'll fake the run and throw it again. But occasionally that will actually get you in trouble because you turn your back to the defense. And on the interception, that was exactly what happened. He turned his back, faked that smoke screen, and lost track of Roman Harper, who came off the edge.
From the 36 now, 1:19. Minnesota with all of its timeouts. Catch is made over the middle by Adrian Peterson. Brett checking down. Gain on the play of 6 yards, 2nd and 4. Going no huddle. Slant, and that's burying, but only a couple of yards, and they're shy of the 1st down, and the Vikings will now spend their 1st timeout. The Viking defense, of course, on that first drive of the game, they come out and New Orleans is all hepped up, and away they go, and down the field they march, and an easy touchdown drive. But since that point, that defense looks like, well, the Minnesota defense that we're used to.
Yeah, I mean, really, they did a number on this Saints offense in the championship game. I think 275 yards of offense, which was the least that they were held to in any game that Drew Brees played. I think week 17 against Carolina, nobody played and they didn't get that many yards. But the best job that anybody did against the Saints a season ago was the Minnesota Vikings, and they gave up that big play on the scramble by Brees. But since then, they've really settled in, and they've settled in with some backup players.
Their game plan, at least in the first half, New Orleans, pass, 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 only 3 rushes. 3rd and 1 from the 45. They're going to give it to Harvin on the end around. Can he pick up the first down? He has to fight for it, and he does. That was a tough yard and a half to pick up the first down, and he is able to get out of bounds to save a timeout and stop the clock at 46 seconds. And now some shoving going on. You got Porter and Harvin, and we saw the 2 of them before.
Percy Harvin not wanting to take any of that, but this is what you can do with a Percy Harvin. They empty the backfield, take Adrian Peterson out of there, and you're thinking, okay, they can't run the ball now. And here comes Percy Harvin, who did a lot of that at the University of Florida. They put him in the backfield, hand it off. He can do a lot of things.
Vikings 2 timeouts left. 46 seconds. Here come the Saints. And the pass is caught on the run. It is Shanko getting behind the linebackers, finding the seam, and Farm says, let me take a timeout right here. We'll collect ourselves, we'll get set, 33-yard gain, stop the clock with 40 seconds and a first down.
Well, there you go. You try and get fancy on defense. Watch how they're all up here going to fake the blitz, but then Shanley's going to try and drop underneath it, and he can't outrun Shanko. Nobody down the middle. Beautifully thrown by Brett Favre. Big time play. You know, you get up there, you love playing those games at disguise and all that kind of stuff, but you have to be careful on those runouts. Brett saw it and took full advantage.
Ran right by Shanley. Favre is now 10 of 14 for 107 yards.
I'm a little surprised we haven't seen more of Greg Camarillo in the game. He, of course, was traded for Benny Sapp because of the injury to Sidney Rice. Camarillo showed that he knew how to work some of those underneath zones, and I feel like Brett's looking for somebody out there. You know, he just doesn't have great confidence in the guys that are out there on the field reading that defense.
Camarillo slot guy, much like Wes Welker, a Welker type. But he's played very sparingly in this half. First down from the 20-yard line. Favre pumping, throwing over the middle, and it's caught by Shanko for a touchdown. And Brett Favre, who came into the building tonight, and he was laughing about it before the game. He said, I'm on the bus, and I'm thinking, what am I doing here? He's happy he's here right now. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Oh, baby, I think he's found his guy, and it's Asante Shanko. Shanko with a huge year last year, 11 touchdowns, and you can see the confidence coming. That little out and up got him.
And for Shanko, 4 catches, 76 yards. Longwell for the point after, and that one gets blocked. And of course, down the line, that could be significant. And Adele with the block to keep it as a 2-point game. Meanwhile, Shanko, that's his 19th touchdown pass over the last 2 seasons, plus 1 game.
Watch Shanko right up here, run a little fake to the out, and then back up. And the key was the protection held up. Only a 3-man rush, which allowed Shanko to get right in behind Jonathan Vilma. Brett sees the 3-man rush and understands right now he has time. You saw him fake to that out where Shanko turned out, and then Shanko went up and got it. Look at the protection, though. All day, plenty of time to set this up. The safety split. Bingo.
When Shanko was playing with the Giants, he was not a pass catching. Minnesota was able to pick him up again, or pick him up from the Giants as a free agent. As we said before, that's one of the better free agent pickups in the last couple of years. 5-yard line, Courtney Roby takes it back to the 25 with 27 seconds and only 1 timeout left for New Orleans. And let's go back to the block on the kick.
Well, you can't line up on the center anymore. You see them split outside. Couldn't see if it was Jenkins that came through or maybe Remy Adele who just broke through. It's a new rule this year. You got to be outside the shoulder pads, and yep, looks like Remy Adele,
right,
who they say is the most improved defensive player they have on the team this year. He has made huge strides at that nose tackle position.
Now Brees trying to get him into field goal range, and it's a wobbly duck as he gets hit, and Bush will sprint out of bounds. 23 seconds remaining.
Now for Brett Favre, a little uncomfortable early on, but he's a guy that you can't let get settled. You know, you can't let him get comfortable, and they have not been hitting him the way that they did in that championship game. The Vikings came in absolutely determined that no matter what else happened, Brad Childress was not going to let Brett Favre take that kind of beating again.
3 rushes, and this will be the 21st pass. And it's a short one, and trying to get out of bounds, but unable to do it is Jeremy Shockey. And that's going to take us, unless they call a timeout, to the locker room.
Hard to believe after this start, it's 9-7 Vikings now.
Very hard, but that is the end of the first half. In the Superdome with the score Minnesota 9, New Orleans 7. Coming up next, the Toyota halftime show. But first, these messages from your local NBC station.